Welcome, friends. Today we'll discuss the closed packed structures. How these closed packed structures they are formed. Two important structures that are to be formed. We are going to discuss now. That is first is the face-centered cubic structure, and another is the hexagonal closed packed crystal structure. So we'll see how these structures are formed and what is the atomic radius, number of atoms per unit cell, what is the packing fraction, what is the coordination number. All these things we'll discuss about these two important structures. First of all, we will discuss how these structures they are formed by the arrangement of atoms. For that, consider a layer of atoms in which each atom is externally touched by six other atoms. So here I have shown that a central A atom, and it has been touched externally by six other atoms. We can call this as a layer A. So this is a layer A. We can consider another number of atoms in such a way that each atom is externally touched by six other atoms. So I have shown this layer which contains the seven atoms. Now I can add another layer at the voids or depressions formed by three atoms. So I can add atom here because there is a void formed by uh, these three atoms. So this is the void you can call it as, or uh, you can say that this is the alternate void. I can add atom at this point, or at this I can add the atom at this void. So at this alternate voids I can add uh, the second layer of atoms likewise. So you can add the second layer of atoms at the alternate voids. Now we can add so this is the layer B. So atoms in layer B which are shown by the green color. Now I can add a layer C or third layer in two ways. So one way of adding of layer C will lead to the face-centered cubic structure, and another way of adding layer C, that is third layer, will lead to the hexagonal closed packed crystal structure. So the first way, I can add the atoms at the voids or depressions uh, which are not occupied by the atoms in layer B. So here is a void, here is that void, and here is that void. So I can add the third layer, and in this third layer, a first way of adding the atoms is that add the voids where there are no atoms present from the layer B. So I can add the atoms at these voids as a layer C, which can show it can be shown like this. So this is a layer a C. So you can add the layers in such a way that A layer, B layer, C layer, again A layer, B layer, C layer, so that you will get the face-centered cubic crystal structure. So here these four atoms they form the corner atoms of the face-centered structure, and this atom is a center atom. This can be understood by assuming a three-dimensional view, somewhat like this. So suppose this is a layer A. I have shown these atoms in somewhat three-dimensional way. We can add another layer as a B, and you can add another layer, a third layer in this way. So here a third layer is at the voids in layer A which are not occupied by the atoms in layer B. So this will lead to a face-centered cubic crystal structure. So you can see clearly that. So this is the face formed by these two corner atoms, and actually this is the centered atom, face-centered atom. So this atom is the face-centered atom. So this sequence of atoms A, B, C, A, B, C, it gives the face-centered cubic structure, which can be easily understood, and the structure can also be shown like this. So actually, we are not going to discuss in detail what is the coordination number and all these things about this face-centered cubic structure. We're going to see how the hexagonal closed packed structure is formed. Now, just I have explained as earlier. So this is the layer A, in which each atom is externally touched by 6 other atoms. So you can add layer B at the alternate voids in the layer A. So in at this void, this is vacant. So this void can be occupied by the atom in layer B and so on. So this is layer B. So third layer you can add as a directly above the atoms in layer A. So instead of adding the atoms at remaining voids in layer A, you can directly add atoms to atoms above the atoms in a layer A, somewhat like this. So you will observe that this atom is exactly above this atom. This atom is exactly above this atom. This atom is exactly above this atom. In this way, you can arrange the atomic layers as layer A, layer B, layer A, layer B. So this stacking sequence of arrangement of atoms A, B, A, B, A, B, A, B, it gives the hexagonal close packed structure. So you will observe that. So these 4 atoms are the corner atoms. This is the hexagonal unit cell. This is not hexagonal structure. This is hexagonal unit cell, and this atom is a body center. So it can be visualized in more precise way as suppose these are the 6 atoms in layer A. So these are 7 atoms in the layer A. These are externally touched by 6 other atoms. I can add the atoms at the alternate voids formed by the atoms in layer A. So these are 3 atoms which are add as a layer B. Now we can add third layer as layer A, means you can have the atoms directly above the atoms in layer A. So you can add somewhat like this, and if you join this, you will get this hexagonal structure. Actually, this is the hexagonal structure. So this is layer A, this is layer A, this is layer B, and this is again layer A. So this is layer A, this is layer B, and this is layer again A. This is So this gives you the hexagonal crystal structure, but unit cell can be observed somewhat like this. So this is the unit cell. So this is the unit cell, which will help us to determine the coordination number, packing fraction, and atomic radius, all these things. So this is a single unit cell in which there are 8 corner atoms, and this is the centered atom of this unit cell. So 3 such a unit cells form a hexagonal structure. Now we can determine the properties coordination number. Now here you will observe that the coordination number is 12 because if you consider this central atom, this atom, then you will observe that this is the atom. You consider this atom, so it is externally touched by 6 atoms, and again it is touched by these 3 atoms, and again there will be 3 atoms above this layer. So this atom will have 6 atoms as a nearest neighboring atom in its plane, 3 atoms below the plane, 3 atoms above the plane. So in all there will be the 12 number of atoms as a nearest neighbor, and the number of nearest neighboring atom is called as the coordination number. Therefore, coordination number for hexagonal close pattern structure is a 12. Now, atomic radius is a by 2 because we know that this distance is a, this distance is b, and this distance is c, and we know that for hexagonal close pattern structure, a is equal to b, not equal to c, and alpha beta they are 90 degree, and gamma is equal to 120 degree. So gamma, this angle is 120 degree. So atomic radius is half the distance between nearest neighboring atoms. If you take this nearest neighboring atoms, so the distance will be a, and half the distance will be a by 2. It will be the atomic radius. Now, number of atoms per unit cell can be easily calculated because if you consider any unit cell, it will have 8 corner atoms, and each corner atom will be equally divided to 8 other unit cells. So its contribution to single unit cell will be 1/8, and since there are 8 such corners, so contribution of atoms from corner atoms will be 1 by 8 into 8 plus each unit cell will have a single atom as its body centered atom, so its contribution will be total, so it will be 1. So this 1 by 8 into n, 8 plus 1 is equal to 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. So number of atoms per unit cell will be 2. Now we have to calculate the packing fraction. So packing fraction is nothing but the ratio of volume of number of atoms per unit cell divided by volume of the unit cell. So we have to calculate the volume of number of atoms per unit cell, and we have to calculate the volume of unit cell, and we have to take the ratio. It will give us the packing fraction. So first of all, we'll calculate the volume of number of atoms per unit cells. Since there are two atoms, we have to take here 2 multiplied by, since the atoms are spherical in nature and r is the radius of atom, so we have to multiply this 2 by 4/3 for pi r cube, because this is the volume of the sphere. So it is equal to 2 into 4 by 3 pi. We have calculated atomic radius as a by 2. So we have to put a by 2 its cube, and you will get the volume of number of atoms per in the cell. If you solve this, you will get this as pi by 3 into this a cube. Now we have to calculate the volume of unit cell. So here the angles between ABC axis, it is not 90 degree. We know that alpha, beta 90, but gamma is equal to 120 degree. Hence, if you take the base of this unit cell, it is a parallelogram, and the volume will be area of this base into the height. But area this PQR is nothing but PQRS is nothing but a parallelogram, and its area is given as the length PS into this height QX. So this PS is equal to A, and OX is nothing but from this. If you draw the perpendicular, since this is 90 degree, this will be 30 degree, because this is 120 degree. So this will be 30 degree, and this will be 60 degree. So we have to take this QP sine 60 as this QX. So it is nothing but root 3 by 2. So a square root 3 divided by 2 is nothing but the area of the base. Now once you get the area of the base and height is C, you will get the volume of the unit cell, and volume of the unit cell is nothing but area of the base into height. So we have calculated area of base, which is PQRS, area of PQRS, it is a square root 3 by 2 into this C. So you will get the volume of the unit cell. But there is one important parameter of this HCP structure. It has a C by A ratio. This height C divided by this A, this ratio, this is the standard value. It can be derived as C by A is equal to 2 root 2 divided by root 3. So volume of unit cell will become, if you put the value of C here, you will get this as A square root 3 by 2 into this 2A root 2 divided by root 3. If you solve this, you will get volume of the unit cell is equal to A cube root 2. And once you get the volume of unit cell, you can easily calculate the packing fraction as per definition, which is volume of number of atoms per unit cell, which you have calculated, and volume of unit cell also we have calculated by equations 1 and 2. So if you put the packing fraction will be pi by 3 a cube divided by pi cube into root 2. So here a cube will get cancelled, and packing fraction will be F is equal to pi divided by 3 root 2, and if you put the value of pi, you get it is equal to 0.74. That means packing fraction is 0.74. That is 74% of the volume of the unit cell is occupied by the atoms, and remaining volume is a free space. So again, one can conclude that we have also calculated the packing fraction of FCC, and the packing fraction of FCC also 0.74. So it can be shown that the packing fraction of face-centered cubic structure and hexagonal closed package structure, they are same. In this way, we can study the hexagonal closed package structure in detail, and how this hexagonal closed package structure is formed. Thank you for watching this lecture.